Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So glad you're here. As an angler, I'm sure you're familiar with bladed jigs, vibrating jigs, chatterbaits, whatever you want to call them. That family of lures just flat out catches fish. So today we're going to build a rod specifically for that. And I'm going to be building on one of the new moving bait rod blanks from American Tackle. It's a Bushido blank. This is a 7.4. It's a composite rod. So you have the durability of fiberglass at the tip, where the mid and butt sections are going to be made of graphite. That's where you're going to get your strength and your sensitivity. So when we're done, we're going to build you the ultimate bladed jig rod. That all starts right now. The reel seat I'm using on this rod is going to be an American Tackle G2 E-seat. It comes with the standard hood, it's got blank through design, and it's extremely comfortable. Now for the grips on the rod, I'm actually just using a couple pieces of cork that I had left over from other builds, and that happens over a time. You just accumulate a lot of stuff, and I like this combination, so we're going to put this on the rod. But when you're looking for grips or anything when it comes to rod building, you can easily just go to mudhole.com, and for instance, I just typed in grips. Well, you can see how many different choices I have, anything here from split grips to full grips, to EVA, to cork, to different colors, you name it. Mudhole is going to have it, and it's real easy. That's a nice one-stop shop where you can go and find everything. We got the grips, we got the reel seats. Now let's install them. So now I'm going to mix up the two-part adhesive like we always do. We've showed you this before, but I always go through this in case this is the first time somebody is watching one of these. So I'm going to take, it's going to be pretty close to equal amounts, and this is going to be activated once you mix the two together. So there's that from right there. I've used Pro Paste for just about the entire time that I've been building rods. There may be other products out there that are better, but this one's always worked for me. So this is the one that I'm going to continue to use. So this will be about pretty close to 2 of the equal parts. Put them together and put that cap on there right there. Now we're just going to mix this together like so. And I want it to turn, it's going to be like a really light yellow or a really cloudy white. That's about the best way that I can explain it to you. So I'm going to mix that together real good. And here you go. That's kind of what I want that to look like. That's the consistency, that's the color, and that should be just about ready to go. Let's apply it to the rod and get those grips on. All right, I've already reamed out the rear grip as well as the butt cap. If you're not sure how to ream, you can go back to one of our previous videos, and I not only show you how to do it, I also give you the part number so you can order your own reaming kit from Mudhole. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the adhesive and put some on the stick right there, and then I'm going to take the back part of the butt, or the butt of the rod, and I'm going to rub that adhesive right like so and get it on there. Now when I go to put on any cork, or anytime I put on the reel seat, when I put it on, I want to rotate it. And why I'm going to rotate it is that is going to get that adhesive going all the way through that piece that I want to stick to the blank. So I'm just going to move it back and forth, and you will feel it tighten. You will feel it snug down on there, and that's when you know that all that adhesive is getting through there. That's going to give you a good solid fit. Now I'm going to take the butt cap here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put it up on the piece, I'm going to turn it, and you can feel it getting tighter there. That's exactly what I want. Bring that together. Then I am going to take one of the winding checks. There's a little epoxy left on a blank. That's perfect. I snug that up, and what that's going to end up doing is that is going to give it a really nice finished look. Clean that up a little bit, and now we're going to do the rear grip. You heard me talk about the winding checks, and what the winding checks are is they have a way of finishing off your grips. It looks a lot more professional. Now you can get really, really fancy ones from Mudhole, but I really like the CRB rubber wind check kit, and what that has, it has a bunch of different sizes in right there. I'll put the part number down for this. This is very inexpensive, and it covers a whole bunch of rod sizes. So essentially, if you really get into rod building a lot more, this is a great little kit to have because you have so many choices and it's easy to choose from. Whatever rod I'm building, When I do a split grip, I like 5 inches between the butt cap and where the rear grip is going to sit. So I put a wind check on there and I measure 5 inches right here. That's exactly where this ended up. So now I know that I can put my epoxy in here and then I can slide my grip back. Now, if you're a taller person, I'm not real tall, 5'10", 5'10 and a half with good shoes on. Anyway, I know that for me, the rod is really comfortable casting when I just have a 5-inch gap between the butt cap and the rear grip. It balances the rod for me, and it actually makes it really, really comfortable in that position. It may be a little bit different from you. So as the more you get into rod building, you can experiment with that, because longer or shorter, that just depends on you, and that's where it may be more comfortable. So I encourage you to experiment a little bit before you set everything up. Put the grips on there, see how the rod feels in your hand. I know this is good for me, so that's what I'm showing you. So now I have the adhesive on here. Put a little bit more, just like that. And now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take this and we're going to spin it. And again, the reason I'm doing that is because I want the epoxy to go all the way through. I can feel it getting tight in there already. I'm going to pull it back. And as you can see, I'll put this up a little bit closer for you. You can see it's starting to swirl. That's what I want. That means that that adhesive is moving around in there, and that is going to be a good solid anchor for my grip. Put some of the adhesive, move it up there just a little bit more. Now continue to turn it around. That's looking good. And when I get it close to about right there where it is, I've got a little extra. So now I'm just going to take some isopropyl alcohol and then I'm going to clean that up. That's going to be done. And then I'm going to show you how to install the reel seat. Okay, now when installing the reel seat, usually I would take some blue tape and put some arbors on here. Since the reel seat is just a little bit bigger, not much, than the rod blank here, I'm just going to glue it right to the rod blank with the adhesive. Now, what I did before putting a little bit of the adhesive on here is I lightly, and I stress lightly, use some sandpaper just to give it a rough surface for the glue to hold a little bit better to it and for the reel seat. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to turn, and I can see through the blank through that it is rotating just exactly how I want it. Man, it's gripping good on there already. This is going to finish off really, really nice. There you go, and getting a little build up on the bottom. That's okay, because I'm going to take that off again with the isopropyl alcohol. And that is about right there. Man, is that a nice fit. Okay, I'm going to clean this up, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so that's what it looks like now. It's really clean. I'm going to give you a couple tips here. I don't run across reel seats that are this tight very often where I don't need arbors. But again, I'm going to emphasize that I took a light grit sandpaper and lightly sanded the area around the blank where the reel seat was going to sit. And I'm stressing that again. Lightly sand it, okay? I did that, then I put the layer of adhesive on there. I rotated it to make sure it's fit. Now, we did have a little bit extra on here. That's fine. So I took a piece of paper towel, put some of the isopropyl alcohol in there, and I'm going to wipe away from the reel seat. Why? Because I don't want a chance of any of that adhesive getting on the grooves of the reel seat and locking it in place. So, as you see, I'm wiping away from it. And I also don't want to spray the isopropyl alcohol on here and have a chance of it getting down in here where it could have a possibility of loosening my reel seat. I'm going to spray it on the piece of paper towel. Then I am going to rub away from the front of the reel seat. Now I know that everything is clean. It's going to set up good and solid. You can see that. That's a nice cleaned off seat. And that's it. That's what it took for the installation of this rod. Now in the next video, we're going to mark out the guides, then we're going to install the microwave black on black air guides. That's what I'm going to put on this rod. So we're going to show you that. We're going to show you the wraps we're going to put on it, and we're going to complete that rod. But that is your reel seat and your grips for the bladed jig rod. On the next video, like I said, we're going to finish off this whole thing. So thank you for joining. I hope you like this information. Hope you like this video. Please subscribe. On the next one, we're going to finish this off. We're going to finish building you the ultimate bladed jig rod. Until next time, God bless you. I'm Jim Crowley. We'll see you soon.